What up, brothers and sisters, and welcome to MTG Malone with me, MtgA Malone. Thank you also very much for tuning in. This is the third video I'm doing today, so if I'm still looking the same as yesterday and the day before, there's your reason why. So, in yesterday's video, we saw a very interesting deck, so I tried to make my own version out of it. I think it will work very well. So, here it is, the Withery. If you didn't do so already, subscribe to the channel, become part of the Malone family. But enough yammering, let's get into the Witherbloom control hammering. I want to build a Witherbloom control deck since I saw it existed. I thought the only way to go was with the little things that sacrifice, but it just isn't. The pests aren't the only way to go, and that is why today we're playing the Witherbloom control deck, and there's a lot of spicy stuff in here that I really freaking love. It is just my style of playing, so I hope you're enjoying it as well. One of the most interesting cards in here is the Heartless Infinity. It's a 7-mana spell that says exchange your hand and graveyard, and then you exile it, which is fair. So we have two of them in here. And why do we have it? Because we're throwing a lot of stuff away with our Professor Onyx. So, whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, each opponent loses 2 life, you gain 2 life, which is very good. Also, you can look at your library, at the top 3 cards of your library, choose one of them, and throw the other 2s away. And that is why the Heartless Infinity is just so good, because sooner or later, all these cards we threw away, we will get them back. Then we have the -3, each opponent sacrifices a creature with the greatest power among creatures they control. If they have only 1 creature left, it's gonzo. And then for -8, each opponent may discard a card. If they don't, they lose 3 life. And then you do this 6 more times. So, it's either 7 cards gone or 21 life gone. They have the choice. It's not an easy choice, but it's a choice nevertheless. Then we have 2 Garruks in here. Just one of my favorite planeswalkers out of Eldraine. You create 2 wolves. Whenever one of those wolves die, you put a loyalty counter on the Garruk, and then you destroy a target creature and draw a card, and for -6, all of your creatures get +3/+3 and trample until the end of the game. Pretty freaking sweet. Then we have 3 Ugins, because we can. And yeah, deal 3 damage to any target, exile each permanent with mana cost X or less that is 1 or more colors, and then a -10, you gain 7 life, you put 7 permanents onto the battlefield, and yeah, draw 7 cards before you do that. It is just so freaking good. Then another new card in here is the Culling Ritual, and this is very, very cool because you can put down the Garruk, make 2 of the 4 wolves. Let's say you have 4 wolves. Then you attack him with the 4 wolves, you Culling Ritual, destroy all the creatures he owns, destroy all the creatures you own. It will be at least 4 to maybe 5 or 6 with mana value 2 or less, don't forget, only 2 or less, and then you add a black and a green or a green for each permanent destroyed that way. That means you can maybe bring out your Professor Onyx the same turn, or maybe even bring out your Ugin in the same turn, and then you have enough to activate the emblem, and that is just so freaking good. So, these were the new cards, the Culling Ritual, the Onyx, and the Heartless Infinity. And then we have 3 Shadow's Verdict, one of my favorite removal spells. We have 2 Extinction Event, just in case we need to remove something also already in turn 4, yes. Then we have 4 Cultivates, 2 Ramp, real freaking good because we need a lot of mana with the Heartless Infinity. Then we have 3 Heartless Acts, 4 Mazemind Tomes, 3 Erebos' Intervention, which will give us life back, which we absolutely need when we use the +1, and 3 Bloodchief Thirst. So it's a super controlly freaking deck. So what we want to do is use a lot of spells with the Professor Onyx out, so we can drain them real freaking good, do some damage with our wolves, and then when they're very low on life, we just Heartless Infinity, use all of these spells once more. Mwah! Freaking perfection. Withery, my friend, to infinity. Then we have 2 Castle Locthwain, we have 9 beautiful Bobross Swamps, we have 5 beautiful Bobross Forests, we have 4 Slitherboard Darkbore Pathway, and I wanted to try the Blossoms, so we have 4 Necroblossom Snarls. And just the name is so cool, and a hungry lair of flourishing rot. So this is a very controlly, very freaking fun deck. You will get a lot of life back with the Erebos intervention, with the Mazemind Tome, so you can use a Castle Locthwain whenever you need. You can use the +1 whenever you need. And yeah, we don't have any triumphs in here, because this deck can die very soon if you have tap lands. And if you get a tap land very late and you really don't need it because you want to play your Ugin, it is very bad. Just having the 4 Necroblossom Snarls is bad already, but I wanted to try them once more. It's been the longest time that I haven't, so here we are, trying them out. In the early game, we don't really care if they come in tapped, and in the late game, they might punish us, but we will find out. If you have a Necroblossom Snarl in hand, use the Cultivate so you can get yourself a Swamp or a Forest, then you can play the Necroblossom Snarl untapped next turn. Really good. Alright. So, this is the Wither way. Let me know what you think about this kind of deck. I freaking love Witherbloom. I freaking love Witherbloom. And yeah, that is why I absolutely wanted to try this kind of deck out. I'm MtgA Malone, and I will see you in those Withery Games. Alrighty. So, I'm very excited about this deck. Very freaking excited about this deck. This is just my jam. We're up against Nico, the Cat Master. Alright, the opponent's going first. If we're up against an aggressive deck, this is a very nice hand. If we aren't, this is a very bad hand, but we will keep it. Because 90% of the decks that we're encountering are aggressive decks. He even has the Fox to show for it. Don't you bark at me. Or whatever Fox do as a noise. Don't you dare barking at me. So, we're putting down the Snarl. Don't show him what we have. Then we go into Swamp. Okay, I think it is an aggressive deck. Yep, just as I freaking thought. Here's the Selfless Savior. We found a Mazemind Tome. Not even that bad. That means that we can find land, which is very freaking good. So, as I said, it's an aggressive deck. Let's just hope that he doesn't have the god. The god would be very bad. Also, we can survive for a little bit. All we need to find is another land. And I hope we do. Is there a land on top? It is not, sadly. It sadly is not. So we put the upkeep trigger down just to make sure that we find a land in our upkeep. Okay. That is kind of bad, but we still have the Shadow's Verdict, so nothing to worry about yet. He had the Heliod. That was exactly what I was worried about. Him having the Heliod. Okay. So. He can make an angel next turn. But that is still okay. For now. As long as we find a land. Thank you very much, game. Thank you so much. Okay. So. I really hope that he's able to put down the Heliod on the field here. And now that sounds weird. The Skyclave Apparition. Getting rid of our Mazemind Tome. But that is still okay. Because, yes, he can make an angel. Oh, he can't make an angel. He cannot even make an angel, and we're wiping the whole board for the price of one single card. Freaking love it. And we even get a 2/2 for our troubles. So, very freaking good. Very freaking good. This turned out to be freaking a perfection. So, naming odd is very nice. Now we even have the Binding of the Old Gods. We even have the Erebos intervention to get ourselves some life back. If we can draw some lands now, we're very freaking happy. So what you got for me? The Luris. The freaking Luris. But nothing to play. So we're putting down the Binding of the Old Gods just to make sure that we have a land next turn. So we're on 6 next turn. And the Shadow's Verdict is looking pretty good. The Luminous Broodmoth. We can get rid of that. No, we can't. We can't sadly get rid of that. Sadly, we can't. But maybe... Oh, now we can. Now we even can get rid of it. Very freaking good. Very freaking good. So... And I will. I will just get rid of it. I mean, why not? He has nothing to show for, so can we do it for 5? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We could have even gotten rid of it before. I just didn't realize. Very sweet. Very freaking sweet. And we have the Shadow's Verdict now. And he just surrendered to the power of Witherbloom. That was pretty good. Not gonna lie. We just pure controlled him until the end. That was very freaking sweet. Very freaking sweet. Masa. Mother. We're going first. I really don't like that we don't have another land, so I will mulligan here. It just got worse. It just got worse. Okay. We are getting rid of the Ugin here. If we can get the, the Culling Ritual out sooner or later, we're kind of good. But this just got worse real quick. Alright, are we up against rogues? It looks like we are. Well, we're putting down a Mazemind Tome. Oh, we're not up against rogues. Okay, freaking love it. Sadly, we can't get that. We need a green source. We really need a green source. Alright. So, we're up against some kind of Orzhov deck. We're just crying away. I think this is... Oh, this is just perfection. This is perfection. So, we're putting down the green source here. Cultivating away. Getting ourselves another green source. And another black source, because we need those the most. In the general vicinity of things. Still putting the upkeep trigger down. This could be an Angel's deck, just as I freaking thought. Alrighty. So this is like the... do we need more land? I think we don't need more land right now. The Garruk is very nice. So what I want to do here is to use the Culling Ritual. Well, it's not enough. It is not enough. So let's just get rid of that angel before he can get anything out of it. Well, we will see. We can do it during his turn. So let us see. Maybe it's not worth it. Maybe it's just not freaking worth it. So are these all these Starnheim thingies? They might be. Still keep the upkeep here. So as he's not doing anything, we're getting ourselves some tasty life. Yes, very tasty. Yum, 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 yum. Alright. So the Garruk is ready to rock as soon as we find another land. We're on 28 lands, which I like a lot. A freaking lot. Give me a land. Per freaking faction, as they say. Per freaking faction. Alright, I'm going to main. Put down one of my favorite planeswalkers of all times. Creating two Wolfies. Now we have the Culling Ritual even. That means that we can get our Garruk very big and strong, very fast. The Elspeth's Nightmare. Okay. Are you sure about that, my friend? My Garruk now is on 6. He is now on 6. So. I mean, we have everything we need. We can just make some more Wolfies here. If he has something that we don't like, well, it's just how it is. But we're still looking A-okay. We are still looking A-okay. He could get rid of these two things, but we just get rid of everything he has, so everything is still bueno. We can draw a card here because we're on 28 life. So that is very nice. Another Elspeth's Nightmare. Yeah. Now we got the Extinction Event even. Everything is still very freaking good. Oh, he won't like what we're doing next, but he's very screwed on mana. He is very freaking screwed on mana. So we're giving all of our creatures trample now, and +5/+5. Seems fair. I mean, it's a Garruk emblem. And are we drawing a card here? Not yet. We let him get rid of one card here. And then we're doing it. But this is very nice. If he has an odd creature, we get him by default. If he doesn't, well, it doesn't look like he has. He got rid of our graveyard, but there's not any, just surrendered. Wither away, Maza. Wither freaking away. I love it. I love it. Alrighty. Looks pretty tasty until now. So we got him on a white deck. We got whatever that last deck was that didn't draw any lands. We encountered this person like yesterday or 2 days ago. For me today, but we already encountered it. We're going first. All we need is a green source, and with the Mazemind Tome we will be able to find it. We have the Binding of the Old God, so everything is good. We will be able to find another green source then. So, was this a mistake? We will find out. Oh, I freaking love the art style here. Look at me, how beautiful I am. Hello, hello. So he will be wondering what we're playing. Oh, I think I remember what he played. Wasn't he like this mono blue tempo deck? Very freaking possible. So we're scrying immediately. Need to find a green source. Abso-freaking-lutely. Even two. Oh, he's not. He's a flyer stack. He's the inspiration. He was the inspiration for my flyer stack. So we really need to find a green source. That is questionable, at least. Very, very questionable. So, after I played this guy in playtesting, I think it was. I don't even remember that good. The Raven's Warning. I didn't have that one in my deck, but okay. Oh, we forgot to put down the trigger. Forgot to put down the trigger. But let's draw a card then. At least we found a green source here, so we can get rid of that Skycat Sovereign, and that is very good. Maybe we're also getting rid of that Raven's Warning. But very soon we will be able to do some stuff. Okay. Yeah, that is fine with me. That doesn't really do anything. He will be looking at my hand now. Okay. But I don't want you to get anything out of your sideboard. Really don't want that. So we can't do both. Well, we still can scry. We still can scry. Get ourselves some life back. And we will. We will absolutely scry. So, he might be packing counterspells. Another green source. Freaking love it. Freaking love it. So, how are we doing this? I think we're binding here. Getting rid of the Raven's Warning. I really don't want him to get anything. Yeah, we're paying. Oh, thank freaking God. I forgot about that part. I freaking forgot. Okay. That was a close call. That was a real close call. So we could put down the Garruk next turn. Get ourselves some wolves, which seems tasty. If he has a counterspell, then we use the Professor Onyx. Then we use the Ugin. Seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. We could also use the Cultivate here. But I think, well, we're only taking 3 every single turn. So, what you doing, my friend? What are you doing? The staggering inside. Okay. That is kind of annoying. He could still have a counterspell, as I said. But we will also be drawing some stuff sooner or later. We can also try to get... Oh, he has 2 staggering insides. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, that is really not bad. So, we're putting down the forest, putting down the Darkbore Path. Professor Onyx gets ready to rock. Yeah, we sacrifice her here, I know, but getting rid of one of his creatures is just so good. Then next turn we can play the Garruk. At least he doesn't draw a card here, so win-win. And as soon as we find our Harness Infinity, we can do some nice tasty stuff. Some very nice tasty stuff. The Linvala. Okay. Well, that doesn't protect you from my Ugin. It does not. Just doesn't. But we couldn't have played the Ugin and destroy one of his creatures because, yeah, of the shield. So, what have you got, my friend? Now, I really wish that I still had the board wipe, but I don't. So he also has the Linvala. I did not see that when I played him. Just did not see it. So, we're putting down the Necroblossom Snarl. Now we're putting down the Binding of the Old Gods. If he wants to sacrifice his Linvala here, I'm fine. And if he doesn't, counter it. Okay, well, he countered it. In that case, we're just ramping up like a champion. So he's still getting in for 5, which is a little bit annoying. But only a little bit. Because we still have the Garruk, we can destroy a creature. It's still okay. It is still okay. And sooner or later he might even want to use all of his counterspells. I don't know how many more he has in his hand. The Sparring Regime. Oh yeah, right. There was a card he had in there. I forgot about that one. So, but we still have the Ugin, and we still have some stuff in our hand, like the Garruk, the Teachings of the Archaics. Okay, come on, play something. Just play something. If he doesn't have a counter spell, he will absolutely play something here. He does not. So he needs a blue source and a... yeah, this looks good. We can get rid of everything here. A blue source and a counter spell. Okay, this is looking very good. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. So we can go Ugin into Garruk. Don't put down a blue source. I think he already played a land. I'm not too sure. He did not. Did not play a land. So this costs 4, this costs 3, so we're doing it for 4. And then I think we freaking got him. Because then we have the Extinction Event, we have the Garruk, everything is freaking bueno. No matter what you do here, you can't get rid of the exile. Oh, Ugin, Big Daddy Ugin, getting in there. Yeah, sacrifice your Limvala. Do whatever you need to do, my friend. It is just a little too late. Just a little bit too late. Hexproof doesn't protect you at all. Everything is gonzo. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Let's give him some love. He cried. Poor little fella. He just cried. Okay, he's learning. Getting the introduction to Annihilation, probably. Probably. We will find out. I think he will. Oh, the Inkling. Okay. But are you playing the Inkling? Are you putting down the Inkling? I can just, you know, shoot it with my Ugin. So hey. And the Watcher of the Spheres? Okay. So we can put down the Garruk here. These are both even, aren't they? Yeah. Let's just do it like this, before we make our Wolfies. Very sweet. Making ourselves some Wolfies. Now we shoot his face for 3. We're still on 8 life. I'm very happy about that. I'm very freaking happy. We still have the Bloodchief's Thirst. We have the Ugin. We have freaking everything. And you have nothing but a sparing regimen. You should have gotten yourself an introduction to Annihilation, to be honest. But he's also very, very strong on lands. And he's also on 29. So yeah, we will find out what he does here. But we have 2 Planeswalkers on the battlefield now. Another sparing regimen. Okay. Do you have your introduction to Annihilation now? We will find out. But very soon, in only like 4 turns, our Ugin will be good. The Watcher of the Spheres. Alrighty. We can just shoot it with an Ugin. So what even gives? What even gives? So do you have anything? You do not. So we're shooting this one down with the Ugin. Very tasty. Making ourselves even more wolves. Attacking him down with our army of wolves. Oh, it's looking so good. And we still have the 2 Bloodchief's Thirst, which are also looking so good. I don't think that he has Introduction to Annihilation in his sideboard. He really should have. A learn board with the Introduction to Annihilation. He really should. The MtgA Pathway. And the Skycat Sovereign. Alrighty. Get it down there. Are you drawing cards? Are you making yourself some kitties? So how many can he make? He's drawing cards. Alright, that is still absolutely fine. If these aren't 2 counter spells, we're kinda good. And yes, he can make himself another kitty here, which he will do during his turn, so everything is still okay. But first things first, we're attacking in. And let us see what he does. Let's just see what he does. Maybe makes a kitty, blocks one of our wolves, which would be the dream scenario. Doesn't look like it. Does not freaking look like he does. Alright, well in that case we're making some more wolves. Slowly but surely we're wolfing him down. The wolf gang is activated. And if he now makes himself a kitty, we still have the Bloodchief's Thirst to destroy the small little kitty, which I feel very bad about. I know, I'm a freaking monster. But we want to win, don't we? Yes, we do. So, it's looking pretty tasty right here. Not gonna lie. In 2 turns we can trigger the Ugin. Very freaking good. We have 10 damage on the field. Looks very tasty. Looks very freaking tasty. Alright. Shooting him in the face. Getting in there for 12. Oh, yes, yes. I even miscount. So I don't think that there's anything he can do here. I think we just controlled him to the ground. Just the way we were controlled to the ground yesterday. Insane. I got my revenge somehow. But these sparring regiments are pretty good in here. But maybe not too much. Maybe not too much. I think he will just be salty for a little bit. So let's just sit here, watch 2 minutes of him being salty. Freaking perfection. Freaking perfection. We're 3-0 here right now. Oh, he's not freaking salty. He is not freaking salty. And he just surrenders. Absolutely understandable. Would have done the same. 3-0. Feels freaking good. Feels freaking good. Alrighty. It's going pretty well. We're up against Loots. Loots. With the loud Lou and the silent... Okay. Okay. So, I mean, does it really get better than this? I don't think so. I really don't think so. So let's do it. Let's get in there. Oh, he's an Absent deck. Not even that bad. We have the Bloodchief Thirst. We have now 2 Erebos Intervention. So we can get rid of the stuff in his graveyard, which I like a lot. A lot. Because he wants to use that stuff. So let's not make him use it. We even got a 3rd one. We're on a roll. We're on a freaking roll. Drawing nothing but these tasty Erebos interventions. Okay, he's not doing anything. Kinda like to see that. An opponent that doesn't do anything is a good opponent. So, what you doing here, my friend? What you putting down? The Absolution. Absolutely crazy. Alright, we have a Bloodchief Thirst for that. But we can also just Heartless Act it. Or just Arcan of... We have 4, so let's do it. Let's freaking do it. Let's just get rid of that Arcan here. I don't want to see you. You have to go. Before he even can do anything. No life gain, no nothing. Let's just Erebos away. So. I think he's a... Oh, the Treacherous Blessing. Okay. Treacherous Blessing indeed. We found another land. That means that we can put down some Wolfies, which I like a lot. And if we're losing something, we're losing it now to his... But we still have the Wolfies, so we will see. The Doom Foretold, alrighty. Doom Foretold is a little bit annoying, but we can power through there. Somehow. I mean, we still have the Bloodchief Thirst for the creature he will get. And we still have the Erebos Intervention to get rid of his whole freaking graveyard. Which we will. Doing it in instant speed even. Even doing it in instant speed feels pretty good. And I think that we're getting rid of the Heartless Act. The Omen of the Sun. Interesting. Pretty interesting. So let's get rid of one of these suckers. Or are we? No, we're not. We're not. If he wants to block one wolf here, that is fine. We keep our stuff up. We just keep it up. So the Doom Foretold will be gonzo now. In our turn, not during his turn. Treacherous Blessing is also gonzo. But if he wants to put anything on the field, we have the Erebos Intervention, so I'm feeling pretty a-okay about it. De-eliminate. Eliminate away, my friend. Just eliminate away. Nothing to worry here. Really nothing to worry here. Okay. So I think we're giving up on the Heartless Act. Because we can just Bloodchief Thirst, use the Liliana here, I mean Professor Onyx. Let's just hope he doesn't have a counterspell. If he has a counterspell, I would be very sad. Well, he keeps priority because of the Omen of the Sun. So, We're getting the Mazemind Tome. Seems pretty tasty. Pretty tasty indeed. And yeah, he can attack my Liliana for one. That is fine with me. Absolutely fine with me. I just hope he didn't find his Dance of Demands this exact turn. Otherwise I would be a little bit sad. Just a little bit. Just a little bit sad. But we will find out. There's only one way to find out. Attacking the Professor.
You've got to learn some manners.
You really got to learn some manners, my friend. We can get rid of that Mazemind Tome, which we will, abso-freaking-lutely. And maybe we even find an Ugin here. Maybe we find an Ugin, which would be so sweet. Give me that. Oh, that is also very freaking good. Very freaking good. So yeah, sadly our Mazemind Tome is gone. But now we have the Binding of the Old Gods, which is very freaking good because it doesn't have anything to, you know, make me suffer for it. And here is even an Ugin. So very soon we will be able to play the Ugin. And I will just get rid of this little human token here. Get some life back. So, now we even can make him lose all of these cards in his graveyard. If he wants to put down the Archon of Sun's Grace, okay, that is fine with me. Absolutely fine with me. But he doesn't have mana for an Elspeth Conquer's Death. But he has mana for an Elspeth's Nightmare. But we will just get rid of all of that stuff. So, everything is still bueno. We're still getting our land from the Binding of the Old Gods. We got another Ugin even. Even got another Ugin. I freaking love it. Freaking love it. The Shadow's Verdict. I think we rather have the Mazemind Tome. Ugin activated. Yes, doing it for 4. Losing our binding, but that is absolutely worth it. He loses everything. Freaking everything. And now he has some tough choices to make. If he now has the Dance of Demands, I would be a little sad, but he doesn't. So, now we need to keep our Erebos open if he finds the Dance of Demands. But right now it is looking pretty good. The Binding of the Old Gods. Okay. Absolutely fine with me. So we're looking what we can get here. Harness Infinity. Abso-freaking-lutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. But are we using it yet? I don't think so. So he has enough mana to bring down his Yorion, which is a little bit annoying. But if we can just, you know, keeping away long enough, we're kind of good. We are kind of good. So, passing the turn here. I think this is looking pretty a-okay. And if he brings down another Doom Foretold here, we just give up our Ugin. It's not that important. He has the Omen of the Sun. Absolutely fine. We can just Harness Infinity and maybe even drain him. Maybe we can. We will find out now. Have to do some math. Another Binding of the Old Gods. Freaking love it. Freaking love it. Okay. So we're getting ourselves another forest. All of this stuff is in our graveyard anyways for the Harness Infinity.
There has to be an answer here.
And now we're binding away the Doom Foretold? I think we are. I think we just are. Then we're getting rid of one of these little small humans here. And now we're keeping up enough mana to get rid of this human soldier. And if he has a Dance of Demands, we can get rid of almost everything in his graveyard. So, what are you getting yourself? Nothing? Okay, we're getting rid of that small human. Gives us some life. Drains him. Seems pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, you have a counterspell, don't you? You have a counterspell. Oh, you don't. You do not have a counterspell. But are you putting down your Yorion? You are. You are putting down the Yorion. Alright, I freaking love it. This deck is so much freaking fun. So much of freaking fun. Alright. So, I think we can get him here. With the ultimate and everything. I think we can get him here. So. Let's harness Infinity. First off. Let me think. Let me freaking think. So we're doing this for 0. Yes. Target a creature. Draining him for 2. Now we're harnessing Infinity. Now we are... Where is it? The Heartless Act. Onto his Yorion. Draining him some more. Now we're using the Bloodchief's Thirst to get rid of one of his small creatures. Draining him some more. And now he gets rid of all of his freaking stuff. Seems pretty cool. Yes. 3, 4, 5. Alright. So we're discarding a lot of cards. We're discarding 1 land, 2 land. The Mazemind Tome can go. Another land. The Cultivate also can go. This can go. This can go. And the Ugin can go. And another Mazemind Tome. This can go. So, we're on 10. We still need 1 more card. The Bloodchief's Thirst can also go. Next turn, we just put down the Ugin. Oh, we got him. So good. The only thing that can really save him here is nothing. Let's be honest. Nothing can save him here. Absolutely nothing can save him here. Will he be a sport? Will he be a sport? Take the Ugin to the face? That came out wrong. The negate. Not bad. Not bad. That was his top deck. But yeah, we still have so many ways to go. So freaking many ways to go. It's not even funny anymore. So, no matter what he does here, we freaking got him. We freaking got him. Alright. If he wants to bring back his Doomfort, and he surrendered! He freaking surrendered! Platinum 3, here we go! Alright, we have time for one last game. Then I will be done for recording, almost done with recording for the day. Oof. Number 3 out of 4. Very good. So, if we wouldn't have the Mazemind Tome, I wouldn't keep this hand, but we do. We do. So we're putting down a green here, as we have another black. And then we can put down the Mazemind Tome. We also have the Heartless Act. Looks like we're up against some kind of Dimir deck. But we will find out very soon. We're scrying immediately. Found a land. Like that, we can remove the upkeep stop. Very good. So is this rogues? Oh, it is not rogues. But what is it? I really wonder. I don't know what that card was. I want to check it out. Oh, it was just another version of strategic planning. Okay. So we're putting down another Mazemind Tome. Why the heck not? Scrying here. No, we need lands. We absolutely need lands. Scrying once more. That is a land. Kinda. Kind of is a land. We can just, you know, cultivate away. Maybe he's doing the same. We will find out. Strategic planning. Alright, so he had 3 strategic plannings ready to rock and roll. Oh, he's very close to what we're doing, but I think that he is kind of a emergent ultimatum deck. We're putting down the green. Putting down the black. Now he's crying just to find what we need. Yeah, I like that. I like that. So no matter what he puts down here, we have the binding. We have the... Now we don't have the Ugin, but we have the binding. So let us see what he does. Doesn't do anything. I like to see that. Really, oh, the Titan's Nest. Yeah, that will die. So hard to my Binding of the Old Gods. I'm sorry, my friend. But I can't allow that. Really cannot allow that. So, keeping up our other Mazemind Tome, scrying away, Bloodchief's Thirst needs to go. Now we put a stop on the upkeep. Well, we scry first. We get back for life. Per freaking faction. That means that our cursed Huntsman will be here very soon. Oh, the Titan's Nest. Interesting. I never really got into making the deck with this card. And now that CGB did it already, he has another one. Okay. Just, okay. Have another Titan's Nest. So. He can be doing a lot of shenanigans. He has 8 cards in there, which is very bad. Very bad for us. But we have the Garruk, so he puts down the Shark Typhoon. Well, sooner or later we will have our Ugin out. He has to do it one by one. One by frickin' one. Very annoying. So, but very soon we will have our Ugin, so everything is still a-okay. And we will see. What's stronger? Sharks or wolves? The Heartless Act? Not really. Not really. So he still has 3 cards in there. Getting rid of a land. So, but what are you doing now, my friend? So we didn't see any emergent ultimatums yet. But we might see them soon enough. Oh my lord, he's really doing it. Popping off real hard. Popping off so hard. So are we sacrificing our Garruk to get rid of this Shark Typhoon? We don't need to do it yet. We just don't need to do it yet. And we didn't see any counter spells yet. But I bet he's packing. I bet he's packing. Yeah, that looked like a counter spell. That really looked like a counter spell. So he's crying away here. He's crying away. I mean, that can be good later, so let's keep it. It's not a land, but a hey, but a hey. So. I mean, we are getting in there. If we can get rid of that shark with one of our woofies, I'm glad about that. But we aren't. That means that we're making some more woofies. And trying to get rid of this shark. And if he really wants to, you know, counterspell that, I'm fine with that. So, next turn we can attack in, Culling Ritual, and then we just, the Curate. You think you're so smart, don't you? You will not destroy my Garruk. Not at all, my friend. So, if he makes himself some more sharks, we just Culling Ritual afterwards. But first we attack in, then we put down the Ugin, then we ultimate the Garruk. Everything is very freaking sweet. You will see. I haven't seen any counter spells yet, which is very peculiar. But this might be a counter spell, so I'm not too keen on finding out if it is. I'm not too keen. But if he destroys my Garruk here, well, we have a smart choice, easy choice to make. This could also be like a Orange Epiphany, could be anything. Could be freaking anything. Another Curate. Okay. He's being very careful with his mana. So we will find out. Is this the CGB deck? I don't watch him too much anymore right now. I don't have the time. Don't have the freaking time. Another spell in his exile. Really don't like to see that. But sooner or later he will have to take care of these wolves. Sooner or freaking later. He will have to take care of them. There it is, the Orange Epiphany. Alright, that is very bad. But as I said, gives us an easy choice of just, you know, getting rid of his sport. If he has another Orange Epiphany in hand, that's just how it is. So this is 9-11, so he can't kill us in 2 turns, which is pretty good. Well, he can. He just can. If he wants to. He can. So, getting in for 4. If he has another one, we're on 24. If he has yet another Orange Epiphany in hand, that makes 14 plus 4 makes 18. Still not enough, but it might be if we make some more sharks here. So him having a second Titan's Nest was very, very bad for us. Just very freaking bad for us. Another Shark Typhoon. Alright. Oh, freaking right. And another Orange Epiphany. We're dead here, aren't we? Yes, we're just dead. Good game. The second Titan's Nest got us real freaking good. Oh my lord, come on! Come on! Holy smokes, that was so much fun. So much freaking fun. I loved it. I freaking love this deck. It is just so good. It is good in the early game. It is very good in the mid game. And don't you talk about the end game. The late game is so freaking strong with this deck. Yes, that one Titan's Nest deck got us real freaking good, but he had everything he needs. Let's be honest, if we would have found one more Binding of the Old Gods, or if we would have had a chance to put down the Ugin, maybe it would have gone differently. But it didn't. It did. So, let's not talk about that. It did not go the way. He had just a better hand. The two Titan's Nest were just one Titan's Nest too many. We could have even gotten rid of the Shark Typhoon, but we didn't. So, hey, that's just what it is. It is magic, everyone. We still got 4-1. Still pretty good. Still pretty freaking happy with this deck. And yeah, let me know what you think. I'm MtgA Malone, and I will see you all tomorrow.